Hey y'all, this is AL Think Dom. Listen, I thought I was done. I just sat up here and broke a nail. I'm like, what in the child? I ain't broke a nail in so long. Like I usually keep them short, but I've been letting these things grow out. Like I'm just like, why am I doing this to myself? And I'm not finna let them get no longer. I'm about to go back short. But anyway, I digress. Y'all, I don't know if this is gonna be a married man side Heffa saga, or if this is going to simply be what a week. I think it's gonna be a married man side Heifer saga. But let me go ahead and get into it. I'm not gonna be before you very long, but I have some things I gotta tell y'all about before it parts of it, erases from my memory or I forget. And by the time I remember, it's like super duper old. Y'all. So Wednesday, I was able to be off because they were able to understand that I was not going to be needed. It's like I'm at the bottom of the rotation list, and y'all trying to draft me like for what? For what? And y'all behind. So y'all making it seem like y'all are ahead of schedule when you're not, but y'all want me to come in. Like, no, what we not finna do is that. They called me off Tuesday, so I was like, thank the Lord. And it was in a timely manner because I was already dreading it. I was already like, dang, I'm about to have to go to sleep within the next 4 to 5 hours so I can be functional. Like, they trying me. So I didn't have to work so good. Y'all, Wednesday come and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go take my trash out. And I randomly was like, I'm not gonna get gas this week. I'm gonna wait, which I actually did. I just got gas yesterday. Um, but yeah, so I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get gas this week. I'm just gonna take my trash out and I'm gonna go and pick up a package or something else I was gonna do. So I was like, yeah, let me go do those things. Y'all, soon as I turned my car on and put it into drive, I had a notification and I was like, what is this? Like, y'all, I go into panic mode if I see anything with my car, and I had never seen anything on my new car. And so I was like, okay, what in the world is going on here? Like, I don't do nothing but go straight to work, come home, and in between that, I go to the store, run my little errands. That's it. I ain't been nowhere. I ain't been out this city yet. So I'm like, what is wrong? Child, thing talking about some low pressure. So I was like, okay, cool. That ain't that bad. Let me go put some air in it. So I done went to the place to put air in it, and I'm thinking I'm good. Turn the car on, it still say the same thing. I'm like, ain't nobody got time for this. My anxiety really started kicking in. And then I was like, well, let me turn the car on and do it again because I still had time left because you got to pay for air. So I done went to every tire and did it again. This mug still saying the same thing as if I didn't just put air in it. And I'm like, I don't run over nothing. So what is going on? There shouldn't be no leak, shouldn't be no puncture. Like, what is really going on here? So I become very panicked a little bit because I don't like to see nothing come up on the car. I don't want to see no engine sign. I don't want to see nothing. Like, everything makes me panic. I don't like it. And my daddy is not here. So since my daddy all the way in Alabama, I'm not gonna be able to be like, hey daddy, I hear this noise. Hey daddy, can you check this out because it's doing it like I ain't got that. So I panic instantly because they be trying to rake me over the coals anyway with the prices that they have for stuff. So I was like, oh well, let me go to this other location where they have air. Well, when I went to the other location after trying to get my tires to relearn or whatever it is they say that it's supposed to do, and that didn't work because it was basically like, oh, drive for like 10 minutes straight over a certain speed limit, or at least this specific speed limit, and then your tires should relearn and all this other stuff. Didn't do nothing. So I went to the other location. Tell me why this location had a bag over the air machine, over the air compressor. And I was like, and it's crazy because I actually thought about going to that location first and then working my way back closer to home. So luckily I went to the other one first, but which it really didn't matter because essentially it's still making it seem like ain't no air in the tire. And I'm like, what is we talking about? I'm looking at the tire. Like, it's not flat. And the signal wouldn't go away. So I was like, man, what in the world? Like, this wasn't a simple situation where I could just disconnect the battery for however long and then reconnect it. So I was just like, I don't understand. So I was like, what I'm gonna do is if this don't go away when I drive home, I'm going to turn my car off. And Thursday morning, as soon as this place opens, I'm going to go to this place that I was told about that is like 15, 20 minutes away from my house. It's literally in another city, but it's just 15, 20 minutes away, so it don't matter. But I heard so many great things about it. It came highly recommended, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go there. So I'm on the phone with the person who I ghosted like 14, 15 years ago. And he reached out to me, like he be initiating contact most of the time. And so he reached out to me, woke me up out my sleep. I ain't even, like my phone, I don't even know how I even knew, because I had like an hour and a half left before I was going to get up, because I was going to take like a 2 to 4 hour nap. So I got maybe like 2 out of the 4 hours because I wanted to be good and tired when it was time for me to go to sleep later. So he called and my body just got up. I didn't feel no vibration or nothing. And I looked at my phone and he was calling. So I woke up and he was like, wake up. And he chose violence as usual. Like y'all, eventually I'm going to tell y'all some of the stuff he be saying to me. Because he really be having me clutching my pearl. He be going off on me. And I'd be like, why? But anyway, I told him the situation. And he stayed on the phone with me while I was driving there, because I had never been there before. I just know that a lot of people that I am cool with, that I'm friends with, that I've worked with, they live like in that direction, and they actually have to pass through that city to get home. So I was like, oh, it's not that bad. It's just 15, 20 minutes away. So I found the place with the help of the navigational system, because I still don't know this city like that. So I definitely don't know this other place. Found the place. They had just opened like maybe 5 minutes prior. Nobody there yet or whatever, outside of, the people who were going to work. So I pull up and I get out and I go inside. And so somebody was like, how may I help you? So I told them the situation and they were like, oh, well, we don't do work on tires and stuff. Did you mean this other place? And I was like, no, I was recommended your place. And I thought y'all did everything. And so, excuse me, y'all. Ugh. Y'all, I had a nice little nap earlier, and I'm hoping that the sun go away by the time it's time for me to go back to sleep, because that was some good sleep with that good rain that was going on. But anyway, and so I was like, no, I'm not referring to anywhere else. The person told me they told me that they've worked with y'all for like the last 20 something or 30 something years, and that y'all are awesome and y'all have awesome reviews. And, because I straight up was like, look, I done got wrecked over the coals. Can you tell me a good place where I can go and take my car whenever I might possibly need something done? And they told me that company. So, he was like, well, we don't do that here, but what I'll do for you is I'll check the air pressure in your tires for you. And, then, I'll just tell you the place again if it's something that I can't do. And so I was like, I really do appreciate it. Thank you. So I pulled my car to the spot that he told me to pull it in front of one of those little gates or whatever, because he wasn't going to do no work and have to put it up on nothing. So, it was what it was. So he get this hose that has a compressor and all that stuff to it, and he go around to each tire. He was like, I'm going to go to every tire, because I told him exactly what the screen was saying. And it was saying my driver's side front tire was low. And I was like, okay, child, this man gets to the front tire. It was kind of low, but not really. But he got to my back tire, which it was saying on the screen it was fine. And he said, oh, this is the one that really is low. Like, it's like 10 pounds low or something like that, he said. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. I was like, my screen is saying that the front tire is the one that is really low. And it was like 10 pounds. It was like 10 things lower than what it should have been per what it said on the screen. And so he was like, no, this is what it is. And so he was like, well, look at the screen and see if it went away. Because for me, that notification was up there and I'm just driving the whole time. Like, first of all, what I neglected to mention was the day prior, it was a nice day, but that morning it was cold. And so it went down to like 18 and 19 versus the 23 that it had been saying. And it was supposed to be 33 as far as the PSI for the tire pressure. So I'm over here like, oh my gosh, it's freezing today. And it then dropped. I don't need the tire to blow out. So I'm kind of going under the speed limit. I'm grateful that there are uh, a lot of sections from where I started and where I ended up where they were doing road work. So you had to go at least 10 miles under the normal speed limit anyway. So I was like, okay. And I was going less than that. It was a tractor trailer in front of me going real slow, 18 wheeler. And I was like, I'm going to sit right on behind you too. Everybody else can fly by me. Go ahead, do what y'all do. I ain't doing it today. I had a metal foot, I got a left foot, all of that. I ain't doing it. And then I don't know this road like that either. I know the not the state troopers, y'all. I'm so used to Alabama. I already know that the state police and things be out here like, y'all ain't finna get me. No, you ain't finna get me. So yeah, he did all of that. And when he told me to look at the thing, I was speechless. Like my mouth was wide open. I said, it went away. Oh my gosh. And I was confused because I know how to put air in a tire. I know how to use a compressor. Like my daddy has at least one compressor at the house. So I know how to use a compressor. And I've gone to air machines before and I filled up a tire or two to top off some air like in the wintertime and stuff like that. Or just when something was going on anyway, which very rarely for me, I've never had issues in the winter like a lot of people experience. So this was like something that like really, it was doing the most for my nerves. It was tearing my nerves up. So he was like, just keep an eye on it. Now, if it drops again, that is going to be an indication that there's a leak and you just need to find somebody that actually does tire services because we don't do that here. I was like, okay. So I asked him, I said, is there a place around here where you can do is there an ATM or something around here? And he was like, oh, it's a bank over there or whatever. I was like, because I gotta thank you. Like, you don't understand. Like, my daddy is not here. My daddy was a mechanic for the state of Alabama. And obviously he's not here. Obviously this is not Alabama. So he was like, look, you don't owe me nothing. He wouldn't let me pay him. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I ended up going back to the house. So I called old boy back. I wasn't expecting him to answer the phone. He answered. I was like, look at you answering the phone. So he was like, well, what you thought? I was like, now you know how you do. But he answered the phone and I told him what happened. And, he was happy for me. Now, what I neglected to mention was when all of this panic initially happened before this happened, which was still on Wednesday, when I got home, I said, let me send a message to the man who is getting divorced, right? The married man who's getting divorced. Because despite, how he was moving in his marriage, he actually is handy with cars and all this other stuff. Like, he actually liked working on cars and he's had newer vehicles before, so he might know what to do. So I reached out to him. I told him the situation and I asked him, would he be able to meet me after he get off work on Thursday morning? And so he was like, of course, whatever, right? So then I thanked him and all of this. And then he was like, okay, meet me at this place. And so he was telling me another place that I think they do have air at their location. He wanted me to meet him at. And I was like, okay. And so then he gonna add to the conversation. And when we're done, we can go get back in the bed. And I was like, no, that's all right. I said, never mind. I'll just take my chances and take it to the shop. So he didn't respond. See, this is what I don't like about that. My thing is this. If I am put off by something that you say, or if I'm just like, you know what, never mind to a situation, I don't like when somebody don't ask me, well, what's wrong, or apologize when you know it's something that has offended me and you know the reason why. He just has a tendency to just be like, oh, well, let me not even respond. But somebody who don't even live here, he'll know a situation bothering me, or he'll know, like, don't go there with me. We will address it. We will communicate. But you don't want to communicate. Like, that's not showing me that you like me like that. Because why would you want to see me upset? Why would you want me to be in that state? And that's the last thing I remember talking to you about. Like, you supposed to help me. And I'm thinking you're going to help me. And now I'm feeling like, oh no, this finna be some foolishness. Like, booty is not finna be payment. Like, I don't know if that's what you think finna happen, but no. So I just don't like how he moves when it comes to that, because don't sit up here and say you live for me, but then you don't want to, communicate and say, well, going on. I was playing with you. I apologize if I said something that made you feel some type of way. And obviously you did. So that's something about him I don't like. So anyway, let me move on. So then Friday. Was it Friday? What's the day? Yeah. So Friday, I'm minding my business on my break. And the woman who the OG married dude rolled up on, that she ended up giving him the wrong phone number, she told me, "Oh, I've been meaning to talk to you about something. I'm glad I called you." Because even though she works like 3 days out of the week, when I'm there, we don't work in the same department 99% of the time. Like every other blue moon, we'll have to work together. So yeah, she hasn't seen me, and she be working in the very, very, very hated department. So you kind of gotta have tunnel vision. You like, all right, I'm going to break. Let me get from over here. Ain't nobody thinking about stopping off to talk to nobody about nothing at this point. So she saw me, and she was like, "Tell me why he started up again." I was like, that was surprised me because he done started up with me too, girl. And so she was like, "Yeah, he gonna come up to me telling some, hey, so I lost your number and I got a new phone. So why don't you give me your number again?" And all this other stuff. And so she gave him another fake number, and I'm like, "Girl, why? Like, just tell him that you don't want no parts of it." Like, I just straight up told him, "Ain't on Netflix and chilling. I don't want to talk to none of y'all. No, I don't chill with y'all outside of work. I don't want to talk to y'all." You know what I'm saying? If something is going to happen between me and the other married guy who is soon to be divorced, it is what it is. But as of right now, and I'm definitely not trying to put myself in a position where I am willingly dealing with a married man. Like, that is not me. Like, no, because I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. So anyway, then he be having the audacity. She said, "Guess what he said to me?" I said, "What?" She said, "He gonna say to me, you know who you remind me of? You remind me of Erykah Badu. That's one of my favorite singers." And she said, she said, "I don't know why he talking to me in general and why he even said that. Because I know he got a white wife and all this other stuff." I was like, "Girl, the thing is, he don't know that you know his teeth. He don't know that you know his business. So, I mean, with that being said, that don't really matter. But like I already told her before, like, he has this thing where he act like he's just black, 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 black. He be trying to set it off for blackness, but he got a whole white wife. And I mean, I feel like love is love, but at the same time, if it ain't real, which his situation apparently isn't real, it's like, what is the reason? But then you want to set it off like you're here for black love and blackness. Like, you got a whole black side chick, at least one whole black side chick, and you stay rolling on all the black people, all the black women who you think you're going to have a chance with. Like, if you don't get somewhere. So I told her straight up, like, I mean, he done started up rolling up on me again too, girl. She said... She said this man put his hand on her and touched her. She said that triggered her so bad. She was like, "Don't touch me." I was like, "I know that's right." Because she was like, "I don't understand what he touching me for." I was like, "Girl, he done got real bold." Because I would have had a, man, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody that I was disgusted with touched me one time. I don't even want you to do this to me. Man, I almost dislocated my own shoulder trying to get that. You get up off. I can't stand that. I can't stand that. So he really be doing the most. And then she said he be having. She said it's the audacity for me. I said I know that's right, because she said he really rolls up on her. He'll come up there where we work, right? I told y'all we work completely in a completely different area from everybody else. We are the ones that are up there. Other people come up there and do little tasks or whatever, but that's our departments. Our departments are up there. So she said he rolled up there and was just having a casual conversation with her, and then stepped over a couple of steps and was talking to the side Heffa. And so I was like, "Girl, you better watch that, because she might try you, because I've already had to take her up front several times. I already had to take all this up to the front. I took it to my supervisor several times and had to take it to HR." And so she was like, "Well, I don't think she's crazy enough to try me like that. I mean, she do be getting the attitude." And I was like, "Girl, I'm trying to tell you, you better watch her. And I was like, I said something, and she was like, we've never had to work together before. And I was like, I mean, that was my reality for a while too, but eventually y'all's paths are gonna cross. And you gonna really see when y'all work together if she treats you the way she treated me, or if she really is like, I'm kind of jealous, but I don't know. Because she used to do the absolute most when she and I would work together. She already was doing the most when we weren't working together. She'll be across the room trying to burn a hole through my skull by staring at me and always having an issue, always rolling up on somebody, trying to point out anything that I'm doing, hoping, wishing, and praying that I'm doing something wrong. And it's like, girl, we supposed to be on some teamwork stuff. Why are you so obsessed with me and what I'm doing? Like, she's supposed to be in her department doing her work, but she would be so concerned with what I'm doing that it was just killing her that I existed. And I did not know. I really didn't know at first. And I told her straight up, I was like, girl, I ain't know what the problem was. But when I found out that it was because of him, I was like, girl, bye. And you don't even know what I like. I could be a whole lesbian for all you know. And he don't look like a lesbian. He don't look like a stud. So it's like, girl, if you don't get somewhere, like, y'all don't know my tea, y'all don't know what I like. Y'all don't even know if I have a man. Y'all don't know if I have a woman. Y'all don't know if I have a harem. Y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all don't know if I'm a part of a harem. Y'all don't know what my sexual life is like. Y'all don't know what none of my personal life is like. I don't talk to none of them. I don't talk to none of them about what I have going on. None of them know what be going on in my life. I be focused on my mama and what she got going on. I be focused on the few friends that I have very, very personal and deep connections and conversations with. That's what my focus is on. My family and the few friends that I'm cool with, that I ain't got no issues with, that don't try me. So I'm trying to understand why you have created a beef in your mind when it pertains to me. It ain't working. It ain't making sense to me. And you're creating a hostile environment day in and day out for people. Like, most people cannot stand working with you. They literally come up to me and say, man, I can't stand working with her. And I'm like, child, this is ridiculous. Like, I mean, it's still the same. Like, she legit got mad with somebody who's supposed to be her friend because they expected her to do work. And she was like, how dare you expect me to do work? Now I'm mad because you want me to do work. You want me to deviate outside of what I'm normally doing, which is standing up in a whole married man's face. How dare you? Like, I can't. So anyway, he's still at it again. And every time he see me, he be talking, he be wanting to try to talk to me. He got to speak. And I just be like, child, I thought he had calmed down. I thought he was done. But apparently he's not. And he done rolled back up on her again because he had calmed down for a while. But then she told me, she said, I'm gonna need him to stop because I'm gonna hurt his feelings. She basically was saying that she's gonna bring up the fact that she knows that he's married and he's married to a white woman. So it's like, why are you trying to play like you here for black love and you like black people and all this and all black everything, but you all up and through here and gallivanting with the enemy, so to speak. Like, she's is she? I think she's like Muslim. I think she's a black Muslim. But anyway, yeah, or she grew up a black Muslim. So yeah, it's a lot that's going on. And I just be like, I ignore these people going by my business. Like, everything that I do, she says she do the same thing. I'm like, girl, when I see him, like, I look the other way. I avoid eye contact. Like, I be really trying to high step it and be speed walking and everything else. Because there is nothing for us to talk about. You ain't got to say hey to me every time you see me. You done spoke once. I mean, that's good enough. I don't even really want you to do that because everybody be getting the wrong impression. I don't want none of y'all to think I have nothing going on with none of these folks up in now. I just don't. Because people still have that stupid mentality of, oh, y'all having a conversation? What y'all doing over there? Like, no. I'm good where I'm at. I promise you, I could do better. If I wanted somebody, I could have them. I'm just saying. And I could have somebody who actually is not attached to somebody else, like, if I wanted to. So what is we talking about? Like, I have standards. I have standards. Don't think because I'm fat that I don't have standards. Don't think because I'm fat I'm desperate. I am in desperate need of attention and love and affection and all these things for somebody because I'm fat. Let me just accept anything. No, that's not my reality. Sorry. I've been a dummy before, but yeah, I ain't got time. I do not have time. What else going on, y'all? The married man come back to work tomorrow that is getting the divorce. So we gonna see if he say anything. I don't know if I'm going to the meeting, depending on what the schedule say, because really I ain't gotta go to the meeting. So yeah, he usually see me at the meeting or he see me throughout the day and I don't even be seeing him. I might have to go and talk to him because I might still be the breaker or whatever. So we gonna see. Stuff be popping off and I be trying to tell them stuff and they appreciate when I'm over there in his department because I keep them in constant communication. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be anyway. So we are all in the know of what's going on. A lot of people don't and they be like, okay, well, what's going on up there? And I'm like, I don't need nobody to be asking me what's going on. I need for everybody to be on the same page. This is what the situation is. This is something that's out of my control. Maintenance is handling this or whatever the situation is. So y'all know what it is. So anyway, I'll let y'all know probably between Tuesday and Friday of next week what's going on, if anything pop off with him. The side heifer thought she was gonna come to work today and do nothing, right? Man, I said, why they got her on here? Because as I've told y'all before, they'll have like everything in advance, like 2 or 3 days. And they had it on there like she was supposed to come in there and work on a special project. And y'all know she don't work weekends unless she volunteered or if she's assigned. She volunteered to come in and basically do nothing. And I'm just like, they don't need her. And this project should have been done before I even came back Friday. So I was confused. Like they were assigning people to stay over and come in early to do this. And I was like, since when y'all have people doing that? There are normally enough people who volunteer to do this task. So I don't understand why y'all doing this. People, I'm talking about them people have been so mad. They're like, y'all got me staying over to do this. I was like, I don't understand. I do not understand why they're doing this foolishness. It's stupid. But anyway, I was like, well, I'm pretty sure they're going to call her off. And when I came in, sure enough, her name was gone. I was like, good. Because I enjoy my days where she's not there. Like everybody, like it's a completely different atmosphere when she's not there. Like I can't say it enough times. Yeah, she just do it. She's a cancer. I think I told y'all this though. I think I told y'all. Did I tell y'all? I think I told y'all. She didn't do what she was supposed to do the other day. She was supposed to be driving in a certain way, and she wasn't. Like we have signs and everything. And a supervisor saw that she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do, called her out on it. She went off on the supervisor. The supervisor went to her supervisor and told them what it was, and they had to tell her, I advise you to go and submit paperwork because if you don't, and somebody else looking in that system, you might be losing your job. But she has this tendency to go off on people and don't nobody reprimand her. And I'm like, if that was me, y'all would have been kicked me out. I would have been fired. Y'all would have walked me out the door personally. But for some reason, she just get away with murder and I don't be understanding. I don't understand what in the world be going on that they live for this heifer. Like, she ain't bringing nothing to the table. Like, she ain't bringing nothing. She ain't bringing nothing to the job that's beneficial. She's not. She brings drama. So I'm like, what is it? And people love to talk about, oh, y'all got so much drama up there. Don't put me in it. Don't say y'all, include me in the y'all, because it ain't me. I come up there, do my work, and go home. That's what I do. I am not about drama. I am not a drama-filled person. I'm sorry. I ain't got time for it. I can get along with everybody. Everybody. I think that's it. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it for the time being, y'all. I'm gonna update y'all later on, over the course of the next 5 to 7 days. Y'all enjoy your weekend. I'll see y'all later on. Bye.